Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to Fourth and Forever. I am JR Castillo, and how about them Cowboys? We're going to do things a little bit different today. We're going to talk about the Eagles game and the Chiefs game in one. Short week, got to sort of combine things together. Let's start off with the Eagles. How great was that? How absolutely great was that? That is a effort of heart. That was determination. That was something other than what we've seen all season long. This team finally looks like a team, and they look fun to watch. That's all you've been asking for all season, is just to look fun. Look like you at least talk to each other. They started off slow. They gave up, and they put themselves in a hole 21 to nothing early. But they did it to themselves. It wasn't anything the Eagles did to them. The Cowboys set themselves up for failure, and then they got back into it. They got their heads out of their own ass and pulled themselves together. That's all you can ask for sometimes. That's all you can ask for. Do not quit. You can't lose. Like Shoddy said after the game, you can't lose in the first quarter, and you can't win the game in the first quarter. You can't win it in the second quarter, and you can't win it in the third quarter, but you can win these in the fourth. They showed effort and heart. They could have easily folded. The team earlier in the season, down 21 to nothing, would have folded. Just packed it up, went home. This team stayed with it, did not quit believing in themselves. I wish some of the players would believe in themselves a little bit more and get out of their own heads, CD Lamb. But you can't ask for much more. You can't ask for more heart and more effort than what the Cowboys have given you. And I don't know what the rest of this season's going to hold. I don't know how the rest of this thing's going to go. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you the future, but I can't. But I can tell you this. If they play like that every week, if they play with that heart and that intensity, they will have a chance to win every week. And I'll be happy. I can live with whatever happens after that. If they don't make the playoffs, but they play with heart every week, and they at least look like they belong on the field, you know what? That's a building block for next year. If they make the playoffs and show it, that's an even bigger building block. Hey, Jerry, pay George Pickens, please. Pay the man. That man is incredible. And for the people in Pittsburgh that thought this guy was a head case and a problem, thank you. I appreciate your stupidness and let him come here. I appreciate it. And I wish there was more time to talk about this Eagles game, but with the short week, you sort of got to, and schoolwork, stuff like that, you have to sort of combine things. But I could not be more proud of the way this team played against the Eagles. There was a lot to look forward to, and if you have a chance, go look up some highlights of Tyler Booker and Jalen Carter. Tyler Booker is a dog. That man is a dog, and he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So let's talk about Thanksgiving Day. And the Cowboys won 2 straight. They have a winning streak, guys. We have a winning streak. And we're at this point. A win against the Chiefs will make a lot more people open their eyes. Now, this isn't the same Chiefs. This isn't the Chiefs we've been used to, but they're still the Chiefs. It's still Patrick Mahomes. You can still do something here. You win a game like this, and a lot more people are paying attention. There's a lot of teams right now that in the playoff hunt that puckered up a little bit, afraid that okay, is this Cowboys team showing up? This team that can all of a sudden stop the run? This team that's not god awful in the pass game? This team that has a lot more heart and plays a lot more passion? This team gonna show up? I don't want to deal with this team in the playoffs. It's a lot of teams right now hoping for our demise, just because they don't want to have to play us. So that's the keys to this game. For the Cowboys will win. The Cowboys can win if the offense starts fast. One thing the Cowboys cannot do against the Chiefs, they cannot get down early against the Chiefs. If they go down 21-0 against the Chiefs, it's going to be a long Thanksgiving. Because the Chiefs aren't going to... It's Patrick Mahomes. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's not Jalen Hurts. That's Patrick Mahomes, and that's the top of the line. Patrick Mahomes will not let up. If the Cowboys go down early, 21-0, you go ahead and wrap that one up, put a bow on it, and let's move on. Start fast. Cannot fall behind. The Cowboys can win if Dak Prescott and the receivers, CeeDee Lamb, I'm talking to you. CeeDee Lamb, I'm talking to you. If Dak Prescott and the receivers are on the same page. I don't know what's wrong with CeeDee Lamb. I have a feeling it's entirely mental. But the man is struggling on his catching. He is struggling. Talk to somebody, dude. Find a sports psychologist. Get it out of your own head. They have to be on the same page. There can't be I'm running the wrong route. There can't be a lazy route. There can't be drop passes because any mistake in this one could cost you. The Cowboys can win if the secondary plays the game of their life. They're going to have to play the game of the season here. They're going to have to play the game of the season, and this one is going to tie into the next one, but the Cowboys secondary has to be on their toes. The Chiefs do not have the type of receivers the Eagles have. They don't have an A.J. Brown. They don't have a Devontae Smith. They got Hollywood Brown that can burn you deep. I'll give them that. They have Xavier Worthy, can burn them deep. They don't have pure route runners on this team. They got a lot of deep threats in this team. Be prepared for it. The Cowboys will lose if they stay in zone defense all day. These cornerbacks can only do as good as the scheme will let them, but Patrick Mahomes will eat the Cowboys' zone defense alive. And I get it. Matt Eberflus's defense is primarily zone, and it's a bend, don't break. We're going to give you all the yards you want in between the 20s, but when you get past the 20, we're going to tighten this up. The Cowboys got to play a lot of man defense. They got to throw some blitzes. They got to make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable, and they've got to try to limit the zones because Patrick Mahomes will eat that zone alive. The Cowboys will lose if they can't stop the run. All of a sudden, after 2 games with Quinnen Williams, teams seem to be afraid to run the football in the Cowboys. The Eagles barely tried. The Raiders didn't even really try. All of a sudden, the Cowboys have a run defense that makes people go, maybe, I don't know. This could become a detriment in this game, though. Would you rather the Chiefs try to run, or would you rather Patrick Mahomes be throwing the football? That's a scary thought. And before, you'd be like, well, maybe they'll just try to run and just try to beat us by running 400 yards every game. Well, now all of a sudden, the Cowboys can stop the run. Can they stop the pass, too? The Cowboys will lose if the Chiefs get pressure on Dak Prescott. The Cowboys' best games this season and their best offensive games this season have come in surprisingly games in which the defense didn't touch Dak Prescott. And the Eagles didn't touch Dak Prescott. Dak was upright pretty much all game long. That offensive line did a phenomenal job, and the offensive line is going to be down a piece this week. I just don't see Tyler Guyton playing. So they're down their left tackle. That's going to be an issue, but they'll see how they do. Nate Thomas will play. Nate Thomas has played pretty decent, so we'll hope he can step up. But if the Cowboys can keep Dak Prescott standing, they have a chance to win every single game. And they could run the table. Different conversation, but if Dak stays up, Dak can read. Dak can hit George Pickens. He can hit CeeDee Lamb. He can hit Fergie. Get Kevontae Turpin. Find the players. And the offense can score. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's Thanksgiving Day. It's marquee matchup. This could be the most watched regular season game in NFL history for a good reason, because these are 2 terrific, historic franchises. But it's 2 teams that are desperate. This is desperation. Neither team could really afford to lose. If one team could afford to lose a little bit more, probably the Chiefs, because the Cowboys are fighting for their life at this point. They put themselves in such a big hole that a loss hurts. A loss to AFC doesn't hurt as much as it would to an NFC team, but it still hurts, and you kind of need to the Cowboys need to stack some wins. But this is going to be playoff game mentality, it's playoff game atmosphere, and it's going to be a fun one to watch. Enjoy this game. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Everybody, take care of yourselves and each other. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Let's go Cowboys and beat the Chiefs.